In Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, year 2000, the Lakers are facing elimination against the Portland Trail Blazers, a monumental hurdle in what would become their first championship run. And in this do-or-die moment, Kobe Bean Bryant was nothing short of exceptional. He poured in 25 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, dished out 7 assists, and added 4 crucial blocks. He was a huge defensive presence for the Lakers. He made big plays in the fourth quarter, including what would be the game-sealing lob pass to Shaquille O'Neal. This performance, in this moment, on this stage, stands out as arguably one of the best Game 7s of Kobe Bryant's entire career. That being said, when you look at Kobe Bryant's entire career and the elimination games that he played, those moments where his team's back was truly against the wall, the discourse becomes, well, kind of complicated. Was he the cold-blooded assassin who always delivered when it mattered most? Or was his high-pressure performances more inconsistent than the legend suggests? Today we're dissecting exactly that. We're breaking down Kobe's elimination game performances, specifically from his most productive seasons, the year 2000 right up to the iconic 2010 final series. We're going to go deep into the numbers, the context surrounding those series and those games, and the controversies to deliver a clear verdict on just how good Kobe was with his back against the wall facing elimination. Fast forward to the year 2002, and the Lakers were once again facing elimination in that highly infamous and controversial series against the Sacramento Kings. Down 3-2, Game 6 saw Kobe Bryant explode for 31 points with 11 rebounds and 5 assists. He shot an efficient 50% from the field and remarkably made all 11 of his free throws attempts to get those 31 points. That performance naturally forced a Game 7. And in that decisive Game 7, while his efficiency wasn't great, he shot 38% from the field. He still delivered 30 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. The Lakers clinched the series, propelling them to the NBA Finals, where they dominated the Nets. Whatever you think about the controversies of that series, it's undeniable that Bryant's production is certainly up there. I almost skipped 2003 Game 6 against the San Antonio Spurs. This was a game the Lakers lost, ending their season and killing their hopes for a 4th straight championship. Bryant had 20 points and 6 assists, but was unfortunately plagued by 7 turnovers. His efficiency was alright this game, but ultimately, those turnovers ultimately cost the Lakers their series, season, and 4P chances. Moving into 2004 Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Detroit Pistons, the Lakers were down 3-1. Kobe had a pretty decent outing in what was otherwise a really tough series for him. He scored 24 points with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. He had a steal. However, he also had 3 turnovers and shot a putrid 33% from the field. The Pistons' gritty defense really did a number on him throughout the entire series, and ultimately cost the Lakers that series and their 4th championship, what was the last team up between Kobe and Shaq. Now, no longer as a second option to Shaq, it's 2006 Game 7 against the Suns, a truly controversial series in Kobe Bryant's career. Despite being massive underdogs, the Lakers actually took a 3-1 lead, only for the Suns to claw their way back. In Game 7, Kobe's numbers weren't bad on paper, 24 points on 50% shooting, but the infamous moment was his decision to not attempt a single shot in the fourth quarter. This drew heavy criticism, and many believing he was trying to prove a point about being unfairly labeled a ball hog, and that his teammates couldn't carry the load. He was criticized for being petty and for blowing a 3-1 lead, and which cost the Lakers a real chance in that series. The very next year, 2007, he once again faced elimination in Game 5 against the Suns. This was a 5-game series. He poured in 34 points, but he also racked up 6 turnovers and shot just 39% of the field in this loss. This marked back-to-back playoff exits at the hands of Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. By 2008, the Lakers had acquired Pau Gasol and were back in the NBA Finals, facing the Boston Celtics. Game 5 was their first elimination game of the series, and they won it. Bryant had 25 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals. A trend you'd often see in his elimination games, where his steal numbers really rack up. However, he also had 6 turnovers and shot 38% from the field. Celtics' gritty defense really limited his efficiency throughout that series. In Game 6, the final game, he scored 22 points but shot a dismal 31% from the field with 4 turnovers to boot, as the Lakers ultimately lost the series and the championship to the Boston Celtics. Then in 2009, during the Western Conference semifinals, the Lakers faced a tough Houston Rockets team. In Game 7, Ron Artest guarded Kobe for much of the series and did a good job, while Kobe had a quieter scoring night with 14 points on 4 of 12 shooting. He contributed significantly in other areas: 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. This was a game where Pau Gasol really stepped up big to save the series and helped them win the championship in 2009. Finally, we arrive at the 2010 NBA Finals. In a rematch against Boston in Game 6, with the Lakers down 3-2, Bryant put up 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 steals. He shot 47% from the field. This efficient performance saved the Lakers' season and forced a decisive Game 7. Game 7 of the 2010 Finals is arguably the greatest game of the Lakers-Celtics rivalry. It's a game talked about in some very weird ways, and you have to understand the context of Bryant's impact here. Yes, Kobe shot just 25% from the field in this game, but to be fair, nobody shot well. Everybody shot really badly, and he led both teams in scoring. This was an incredibly physical game, with tough defense from both sides, and the refs letting a lot go. Despite the poor shooting, Bryant led both teams to 23 points and grabbed a crucial 15 rebounds, every single one of which mattered for the end result. More importantly, he made all the big plays in the fourth quarter, making all the right decisions and methodically approaching it. Of course, he passed to Ron Artest for the crucial 3-pointer, and they got the stops in the defensive end. This game just showed Bryant's determination and his willingness to do the dirty work, even when playing against his natural tendency to take the big shot himself, ultimately sacrificing for the win. So what's the overall verdict on Kobe Bryant's elimination game performances? It's a really mixed bag. Honestly, when you compare his numbers in these situations to other all-time greats in the playoffs, guys like Larry Bird, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan are historically exceptional in his back-to-the-wall moments. Kobe often performed significantly worse. LeBron, for example, is arguably one of the best elimination game performers ever. Kobe often struggled with inefficiency in these high-pressure games. His point totals weren't always particularly high, and his offensive efficiency would frequently drop when the pressure was at its peak, especially in these choppy physical games. It's like a lot of the criticisms we hear about Kobe Bryant about being a shot taker. While I don't think those criticisms are necessarily fair most of the time, they do seem to hold some validity when specifically discussing these types of games. However, it wasn't all negative. His rebounding, steal, and block numbers would generally go up, showing his defensive effort. He would definitely put in the effort on the defensive end. He also had moments of brilliance. His willingness to force things sometimes led to those really big games. But usually when the pressure was this high, his efficiency would go down. If I had to pick his single best elimination game, it would arguably be Game 7 against Brooklyn in 2000. His overall performance, how he showed up in the fourth quarter, what he did, that was truly clutch and big time for the Lakers. Despite being one of the most legendary performers ever, when it comes to elimination games, Kobe isn't quite at the very top with the absolute best. There are plenty of players at his overall level who have historically performed better in these specific high-stakes elimination scenarios. It just goes to show that even for a legend like Kobe, the pressure of these games presented a unique and often inconsistent challenge.